So Sony announced some new phones. I guess it was on the last episode. We had the Xperia 1 3 and the Xperia 5 3. Now, there's been a lot of chatter about these premium price points coming with the Sony devices. I mean, they put out the Pro phone. It was $2,500. People were freaking out.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a phone, though. That was a...
Yelling and screaming. There were pitchforks at the door. I said, I got nothing to do with it. I just look at the phone. It's got an HDMI input. It's Pro. Anyway, when I saw the spec sheet for the Xperia 1 3, I realized right away 4K display, improved camera, still has the HDMI input. I'm like, that's a pricey phone right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they're keeping the HDMI not with the Pro designation.
Mm-hmm. Their flagship models is going to have HDMI in.
Wow, I like that though.
Yeah. Oh, they love their cameras. They have just dominated that segment. Yeah. So anything that kind of ties in, using it as a monitor and really taking care of that clientele, it exposes people to the fact that Sony is doing things well, period, in the game. And if it acts as a gateway into their camera stuff, they might take you for a few more bucks.
It definitely piqued my interest.
And let me tell you, they can take me for a few bucks and I don't even complain. Because all of a sudden I'm shooting an A1, looking at some 8K, I don't complain. You guys ever seen this 8K?
Woo! I seen it.
You guys ever seen this 4K 120?
Woo! Woo!
Yeah, I seen it too.
Clipped it.
Anyway, so because of all that, here comes the Xperia 10 3 that'll jump into your pocket for less. It's official with a Snapdragon 690 and a triple camera setup. Some of the DNA of the flagship stuff, because you have a 6-inch 21:9 screen, which that's really the special aspect of these devices in the hand. They're narrow and comfy. It's still got the thumb fingerprint scanner. Looks like it. The display is still a few pixels in there, 2520 by 1080. No exotic refresh, stuck at 60. 8 megapixel selfie, few cameras on the back. So it's not a flagship spec sheet, but it lets people participate likely at a lower price point. And I don't know. Sure, okay, options. What do you think about the look of it?
Yeah, I like it, especially the aspect ratio. It's nice how they have like a budget-friendly device, but they experiment with the colors. Yeah.
One thing I will say is I'm glad that Sony is hanging in there. We lost LG in the smartphone game recently, and it's been one of these things where anecdotally you're not running into a lot of people that are handling these Sony devices, but I got a spot for Sony because it's just one of those legendary brands in tech. And I'm glad the camera department is just killing it. And as smartphones and cameras continue to merge together, it just seems so obvious that things can be done here.
Yes.
And so I'm glad they're still developing and offering packages that are ever so slightly different from a feature set perspective.
Yeah, like if you pop into the Pro mode on this phone, it's like a crazy smart.
It's from the alpha stuff.
It's ridiculous. I think. I mean, you kind of piqued my interest on this a long time ago with what was the one you did almost a year ago, the Xperia 1 2. And
Mark II, yeah.
I remember holding it in my hand, and man, it was a very compelling package. And then the Pro model even more so. I mean, that thing looked rugged in terms of design. And now I see they're going a little bit more poppy with the colors, which I think is a good play. I think it might be like a sleeper hit, this phone.
Yeah, so as far as the 1 series is concerned with the 4K display, when you look at it, it's not really like anything else you look at. The pixel density on it, you can hold it like right here.
Yeah.
You could stick it inside of a VR headset. It's a ton of pixels in a relatively small space. This one is going to be more typical, but yeah, the form factor commitment is really interesting. For everything to be 21:9, have that tall aspect ratio, there's a unique aspect to that.